Hello everyone, and welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be doing like a multiple review thing, just to kind of get these out of the way. I got them today with my 2099 figure shipment from Plaza Japan, and I'm just trying to catch up on Mafex villains and stuff, so I grabbed a few, and we'll start the box off with the one I'm probably least excited for, that I probably like the least, honestly. Not character-wise, but like the figure-wise. I've played with all of these a little bit, so I know what they are all, what they're like a little. So I think I like him probably the least, and then Scarecrow second least. And these guys came out around the same time. This next one I'm pulling out is a little bit older, and it's a little bit, it's Ivy. This is the one I was most excited for from the ones I get. I still want to get Harley, Catwoman, probably get Huntress, definitely gonna get Batman, and then all the future releases. I need to get, I definitely gotta get that Robin, that Batgirl. Those are two that I have to get. Yeah, so there are some I need to get from this line still, but I'm trying to catch up a little bit. Joker is a maybe. I'm not a big Joker fan, is my problem. And I'm thinking if I get Joker, it'll be the Amazing Yamaguchi one, just because I'm not getting these based off the comic book. I'm not doing a Hush display. I'm just getting them because they're nice classic designs, and they're Jim Lee designs, and they're nice, and they fit great on a shelf. So first we got Ivy. Well, she got all the package art, the Hush, all that. It's the same thing on every side. You got that, and you got that stuff, which I don't have the Superman, but I do have the Mezco, so we're gonna try out those parts on the Mezco. And then for Scarecrow, same thing. Ba, 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 Riddler. So there's the Riddler. And yeah, we're gonna start off actually opening the Riddler because he's the least exciting in my opinion. He's still a great character to have on the shelf because I love the Riddler. It's just more so I'm under the opinion that it's a suited body, so it's not that great of a action figure, honestly. This is the type of character I'd want Mezco to tackle because it's just a straight up suit, and I really like how they handle soft goods. And then that's a genuine product. And then I really like the background in there. I've been saying this. I always say that I might keep these. I don't keep my boxes, really. I have a couple. I can't throw away my Mezco Turtle box. And then a lot of the steel boxes from Mezco I keep because those are good to keep, accessories and stuff in. But I don't really keep boxes. But these Mafex boxes just on the inside look so awesome. You see, there's even more art down in there. You see the Joker. You got more of the Riddler. You got Ivy down there with Huntress. Batman. You can see Harley Quinn peeking out down there. This is just full-on art. I wish there was a way to pull this out, but it's the box, so. That's just the trash around the plastic. You get the stand. Typical stand. This is going to be the same with all three of them, so we're just going to look at this one. You got the separate parts. They've been including the thicker one for other figures now, so that's nice. So yeah. Cool. Don't really care about those that much. We're going to pop this guy out. And these are probably going to be, for me a little quicker. I still probably will ramble and talk and stuff, but this will be a little quicker for me. So I'm going to get these all out of the package, and we're going to be right back. Okay, and he's all up out of the package. He's in a neutral pose, and he's just standing there. Now this is a nice looking figure. I will give him that. I'm a fan of the Riddler. I like the Riddler. It's not that I'm a Riddler hater, and that's why I think this figure is not very good. It's just, you're not going to get range that you want out of this guy. It's a suited body, though, so that makes sense. This is a character I hope Mezco tackles one day, because I think they'll do really well. I kind of wish this was split. Maybe I'll try to tackle that, split the jacket, and then, maybe get a different tie, because I feel like that's probably not a full tie under there. So I need a split jacket to see that, but the suit looks really nice. I like the green. There's a nice question mark right there, and then the purple just ties really well. You actually got a small little tampoed question mark right up there. You can see that. Yeah, he looks a little anime, but that's okay. I have so many styles on my shelf that this will blend fine. So that's fine. Sorry if you hear yelling in the background. It's my family messing around with each other. So yeah. So as far as articulation goes, that's where this figure is really the most disappointing for me. Aesthetically, he's beautiful in my opinion. But articulation is, yeah, let's just get to it. So for the head, that's as much up you get. You get about that much down, little side, little side. You're not going to get all the head movement you want. At least you get some tilt. You can show some motion with that, but you're not going to get a lot. It's a ball joint in the head, and that also comes in a problem with the problem in accessories. We'll look at that when we get to accessories. And then for arms, you actually get a butterfly joint. This is kind of like an old Toy Biz type joint, but I think Mafex did this on the what was it, Dark Knight Returns Joker, so that's pretty cool. And mine actually just fell out, so that's awesome. He caught that on camera, so that's cool to see. I'm gonna pause the camera and see if I can fix that. Okay, so that's a little concerning, but it did pop back into place. You see, it still moves around and everything. You can get good range out of it. Go up to there, back there. You can do that, like I said. It looks a little funky, but good poses, and you fix it. Yeah, see, it wants to pop out a little bit easier than I'd like it to, but you can get it back into place. It's not like it's impossible to get back in place. So I don't know if I call that a QC issue, but it's not the worst one I've had. And then you get a double jointed elbow up to there, so that's nice. You get the typical, hinges, but this is a suit body, so you're not going to get a lot. It's about as much as you get in all directions, so you're not getting the best. And then for torso, you get to there, back to there, tilt a little. Oh, they actually put a belt underneath there, so if you wanted to take this off, there'd be a belt sculpt. I don't know if that shirt would look correctly, like if the whole thing looks good under there, but you definitely could probably split this, so if you wanted to, you could twist it around. Legs can actually go up pretty far out. A little disappointing for a Mafex, honestly. Go back a little. You got all the range. Not the best, but dude in suit. Single jointed knee. Don't like it. For a Mafex, this is really disappointing, and I don't like it, so... Okay, so yeah, like I said, that's pretty annoying. You can get a bit of a swivel down there, but not much. You mostly get the swivel on the ball up top. And then I found something kind of strange. With the foot, it's not the typical hinge, swivel, hinge thing that they do. This is just a dumbbell, ball joint up in there, and then it goes down on the foot. So you're not getting much of room, but I don't think you'd get a lot of room with the other setup anyway, so they probably did the best thing that would be sturdy. And then you got the toe joint. I always forget the toe joints on these figures, so I'm sorry if you watch a video and I forget that, but they all have toe joints. You have this gold actually painted on there, which is really nice, if you can see that. And then you got, the purple buttons on the sleeves, and you got on the... So yeah, he looks great. I've already spent a little bit too much time on him, so let's get him standing there and we'll look at his accessories. So first of all, the problematic accessory. He's got an extra head, which is really nice. This is probably the head sculpt I would like to display him with, but the thing is, you got to swap out the ball joints, and I can't get that out, so I'm going to have to get a pair of pliers and get that out, and I don't have any pliers handy on me right now, so I'll have to find some later. So I would like him to have that face on, but for this review, he's going to be just straight-faced, Edward Nigma. So, and then you get... Sorry, I had to stop the recording again. I have really loud family members and it's starting to piss me off. So for hands, you get the pointer fingers, and as always, they're on these sprues. Might be a little hard to see. The purple's having trouble being picked up on camera, but the purple does look really nice in person. Let's get him out of the frame so it focuses on this. So yeah, you get pointer fingers. They look nice. You get splayed out, grasping for something fingers, hand fingers, things. You get more relaxed, just standing there, hands. You get grip hands. Well, we'll look at the grip hands in a second. You get these other pretty relaxed-ish hands. Then you get these. These are both pairs of, I'd say, grip hands. And grip hands mean stuff to grip. So you get the most important thing to grip. You can slide the cane right in there. So that looks nice. Or what I've been doing is you can do this I don't know if they're meant for this, but you can like do that and like have him standing there with that. I think these are meant for the money. If I'm mistaken, maybe. But like he's got a piece of like a part of money that he can like hold and like flip around, like he's counting it, and then he's got a money bag. So I think that's what these are for because they grip a little. I guess these could be grip hands. One of these are meant to be grip hands, obviously. I think these ones maybe. But you know, you can figure it out. So yeah, overall, pretty okay figure. I stopped doing ratings, but I guess I'll do ratings for this video. That's just gonna be like kind of a thing that goes in and out. I bet probably a 7 out of 10. Not the worst figure I've ever had, but certainly not the best. And then next, we're gonna pull this guy out. I also forgot to mention, I wish Ed came with like an angrier face because you know the Riddler can get angry, so I would like to see that. And then for Scarecrow, he gets like a background. His is not really Scarecrow centric, but it is a nice background. I will give him that. So nice to look at. So we'll pull out Scarecrow. Pull this guy out. Alrighty, we got him. And yeah, he's so much cooler than the Riddler. Just even character-wise. I love Scarecrow. Scarecrow is one of my favorite Batman villains. And if Mezco ever tackles him, I know they will make the creepiest, most decrepit, crazy Scarecrow. And it'll have the coolest accessories like scythe, gas for like that makes you go crazy, all that. They will do so much. This figure doesn't quite do that, but it's cool. It is really cool, and I like the look of Scarecrow and Hush, so I'm glad to have this guy. He's like really long and lanky and awkward, so that kind of works into the favor of this figure, but it's a little bit fiddly and weird. Well, maybe not quite fiddly. It's just a little kind of, you know, you kind of want to be like, oh, that's too long. That's a weird angle, but it's kind of how he's supposed to look, so it's okay. So for details, you get so much cool stuff. So you got like the bags around his hands. They look so good. You got like the ropes right there. Annoying. Sorry, people are being annoying. I'm gonna have to keep stopping the recording. And then you get ropes like tied around his ankles, and then like sandals with ropes. You got the soles on there. You got stitches all over the body that are, you know, kind of, you know, just so subtly painted that they look nice. You got patches on the knees. You got it on the arms. You got like a rope up there. It's tied around the back. I bet you could turn that to the front if you really wanted to, but I like it the way it is. You got the noose around the neck, which I'm shocked that they did, but it looks great. You got the tatters up around the shoulder, the bag head face with the hair poking out, the nice Scarecrow witch hat. Just beautiful figure all around. Love this figure. And for articulation, I'd say he's better than Ed, but not like the best Mafex I've ever had. He's not Spider-Man level, but for head movement, you can only look up to there and down to there. You got some tilt. It's not the best setup I've ever seen in my life, but you know, it's just like a dumbbell up there, so you know, you get some movement out of it. For the arm, you can go up to there. You can go all the way around. You got a little bit of a butterfly joint, so it can get a little stuck with the cap in there. Can get a little stuck on it, so careful with that. You got a swivel, obviously. Double jointed elbow, looks great. You got the typical hand movement. You can do whatever you want. Torso is really good. Really, really good. Kick forward pretty far. You can kick out a little, kick back. Single jointed knee that gets pretty good range. And then you got the swivel down there. You got twist, everything. Toe joint. So, yeah, not the best Mafex once again, but he is not even close to the worst Mafex. Obviously, he's still pretty cool. So, for accessories, you get an unmasked head for him. I'm going to be honest. I'm drawing a blank on his name right now. I know it'll come to me when the video's over, but I have a horrible memory about things. I'm shocked to remember Edward Nygma, honestly, half the time. I know the character. Trust me, I know the character. Is it Crane? I don't know. I do know the character. It's just I draw blanks on names sometimes. The only characters I don't draw blanks on names is like Nightwing. Like I would never forget Dick Grayson, but I do forget a lot of other names. So forgive me. But you get the unmasked head. Looks nice. A little cartoony. Not something I'm gonna use. You know, the mask is too cool. And then you get a dope ass mask of him screaming. You have the mouth behind there, the stretching of it. Just look how beautiful that is. Let's get him out of the background. Just, oh shoot, sorry. Just look how cool each head is. Like, even the unmasked head, you know, you got good detail in there. I prefer this one, but this one is still pretty cool. And then, they each have their own disappointments. The disappointment of this figure is the accessories. He only comes with 3 sets of hands. He comes with, like, these more grabby, gonna get your hands, you know. And then these wide, spread out hands, kind of like spiders, honestly. In the right context, those could be spiders. And then you got these, like, kind of, I guess, relaxed hands, but still could fuck you up hands. No grip hands. Okay, I don't think he used a scythe in Hush, but come on, man, it's Scarecrow. Just include a scythe. Or include gripping hands so I can buy a third-party scythe, please. So that part really upsets me. Hopefully someone's making a third-party hands, and then we'll do a scythe to go with him so I can have him grabbing on a scythe. If not, that sucks because this figure is perfect besides that. And then the neck does come out to swap the heads, so. Comes out. So when you take that out, this will fall off. If you don't want it there, you can totally have it without the noose. And it still looks complete. It still looks cool. You can totally do that. You don't really get much more range or anything, but you can totally, if you like that look. And honestly, I do kind of like that look, but I prefer it with the noose, obviously. The noose is just so iconic and cool. But you do that. Pop that on there. Well, if I can get it on there. And yeah, you do get a little bit more range with it off, but it's so nice looking that I don't care. And then you just get him in a cool pose. And look at that. He's so cool. And then we're going to go to the one I was most excited for. Oh, sorry, knocked over. I'm showing you my film set, I guess, huh? Sorry about that. Fix this up. Sorry about that. Next we have Poison Ivy. Let's show it off her box already. We're just going to pull her out. She's got actually really nice artwork as well. It's sexier, I'd say, more seductive, which is definitely not me being like a misogynist. It's part of Ivy's character. It's like saying Black Cat shouldn't be sexy or Catwoman shouldn't be sexy. They are just sexy characters. It's just who they are. You got Ivy right there. Got some money tangled up in her hair. She just looks great. That's an awesome art. I don't know if I'll keep this art, but it is cool art, so yeah. And then obviously you get this Mafex stand attached. I'm not really gonna mess with that, but we are gonna mess with Ivy. Get her out of the package, and I'll be right back. Alright, next up we have Ivy. And Ivy is a shock at how good she is. I have 3 other Mafex female figures. I have Psylocke, which is my favorite. And then I have Storm, which is, she's a bit low right now, but she's not horrible. And then I have Jean Grey, which is definitely the weakest of the 3. And, you know, she's still not that bad. It's just, I don't know. That figure just, there's something about it that I don't love anymore. So yeah. Mafex females are not my favorite. I wish they were a little bit better than they are. Like this one even doesn't want to stand. So it makes me a little bit less excited for to get the Harley and to get the Catwoman. So I'm probably going to do Amazing Yamaguchi for Catwoman. Just to see how that is, because the one Amazing Yamaguchi woman figure I have is really nice. So yeah, we'll just see. We'll see what happens. Because like I said, I'm getting these to blend just together. These are not a Hush shelf or anything. These are going to go with Mezco's, everything. So yeah. The skin tone is nice and pale. She's very beautiful, and I really like this. I don't know. I wish the skin tone had a little bit more shading or something, but you can totally fix that with some accessories that we'll take a look at in a second. Yeah, she's really nice looking, so I like this figure. Look around back, she's got butt cheek sculpts, so that's great. Yeah, she's really cool. We'll get into articulation. So articulation, you get okay head movement, but that hair is obviously going to crash doing anything crazy. We just haven't invented that technology yet. Sorry, boys. We got, you can cross your arms and stuff. You can go backwards. You got a torso that can crunch to there. You go back to there. You got side. Legs that can go up all the way around. Crazy. Knee that gets about to there. Double knee that gets about to there. Thigh swivel kind of hidden. You got the foot. This one's a little loose, so. And then this is something they do with the female figures especially. It's a double jointed elbow, but it only gets single jointed range. I would really like for that to get. They're not cutting it deep enough, and if they just cut it a little deeper, this would be so much better. Now Ivy's not necessarily the character I want to be doing acrobats or anything, but the arms are really important. So I would like to have those double jointed elbows to have better double jointed range. That's all I could really complain about here. That and the feet aren't really stable. So for accessories, we get this. I guess it's a different head. It doesn't look very different. Even the hairstyle is kind of the same. I wish we could have gotten Angry Ivy. That's kind of stupid that they didn't give us an Angry Ivy. But I guess if I have to choose one, it'd be this one. I don't know. Whatever. You get a case, and then you get another case full of money. So you get these things to go together. These, I'm gonna be honest, these are not gonna go with Ivy. This will probably go with like a Lex, and this will probably go with like a, I don't know, like a Crossbones or something. But these are nice accessories to get, so that's nice. And then to go with those, you do get a piece like a money, a bundle of money, and you get a singular hand for it, which kind of just, I don't know, you do that maybe? Yes, you do this with it. So you just slide it in, she's got it, and once it's in there, it doesn't need to come out, so that's nice. And then speaking of hands, you get, on the body, she's got the relaxed hands, and then you get these like, kind of gnarly hands. This one almost is flipping off. This one's almost a spider web. I think it's meant to be like grabbing, you can grab the actual, these things with them. I think that's what these are meant for, and just like grab them weirdly. So yeah, those look nice. And then you got fists. Fists are always nice to have. And then you have like splayed out open hands. So I'll probably do the gripping hands and put them with these neck accessories. So for these neck accessories, you have a bunch of leaves and vines. So you get a few of these like kind of smaller hooped ones. And then you get like the 4 of these like not small. They're medium size. You get 4 of those, and they seem to share the same sculpt, but I can't really tell. Some of them are definitely different, but some of them are also the same. And then you get 2 long ones like this. And some of these are meant to go on. So she mind controls Superman in the Hush storyline. I'm sure most people know that. And I don't have the Mafex Superman, so I'm going to see if they work on this guy. So we're going to go, I don't know, what's the hoop that should go around his neck? I didn't really see which one is the best. That's not going to fit around down in there, but that's not going to work. Okay, so that doesn't fit, but I'm sure the hands, you do the hands, and then I think these are the ones that goes around the hands. Yeah, these, if you wanted to, you could definitely put these on Superman or anyone else. They'll probably go on Ivy for mine, or like put them on like a goon and make a goon like, be mind controlled. But yeah, she's really great, and I'm glad to have her in the collection. Can't wait to get a Harley and a Catwoman to go with her. Maybe I'll pick up the Huntress. We'll see. Yeah, she's great. So we're going to do size comparisons. So for size comparisons, first we're going to start off with just comparing the 3 that I have. Put Ivy in the middle. Got Riddler right there. and Scarecrow right here. I feel like they're a good size. They're a little small because they're Mafex, so they're not going to blend quite as well into other lines, but it's not horrible. The only thing is, you got Robin, and he's like the same size as them, but I feel this Robin's too big anyway, so I'm not too crazy mad about that. You got the Amazing Yamaguchi Spider-Man, and it seems pretty good. So I'm sure you could display these with other characters if you wanted to. And then we got Soups. We're gonna put Soups in here. This is the Mezco Steelbook Soups, like deluxe edition Soups. The only edition that it came in. I don't know why they call them deluxe editions when that's all they do is one edition. But he doesn't want to stand because I had him in a flying pose, so he's not quite posed correctly to stand right now. And Mezco ankles are so shit. Okay, well, you see that. Okay, he's actually standing. And then I have my Mezco Batman we'll put here. And he looks great. He's a bit bigger, but honestly, he's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought he was going to be towering. This is good. I like this. This is good. And then we got some of my Pride and Joys. We'll get into the other ones in a second. Let me grab my Pride and Joys, like I said. We got the Mafex Nightwing. My favorite Mafex probably still, just because I love Nightwing so much. And then my custom that I made, Mezco Red Hood. Before they announced a Mezco Red Hood, I made this, and I still like my version, but I'm going to pick up theirs, obviously. He'll just find a home somewhere else. He won't be in the main display. The Mezco, official Mezco will, but these look great together. Alright, we'll do a couple more with these two in, and then I have some for Ivy that I want to look at. We got the Jada Toys, Mega Man, sorry I couldn't think of it, and the Jada Toys Cammy. Cammy's a little small, but Cammy can totally kick ass. And then our boy Mega Man over here is always small, so that's fine. Alrighty, we're gonna take out this guy, and I guess we can put them in the background, but these are more important for her. So we got some green skin figures that I wanted to put in here and just show all the different ranges of green you can get. So we got these, and then you got this Piccolo right here, which I know I keep sneaking him in, but he's a shade of green, so he's got to go in there. You got the Mondo Gecko from NECA. He's a different shade of green. You got the Mezco Turtles, which are all different shades of green. I just didn't want to grab them all, so I just grabbed my favorite. And then you got the NECA Slash, which is also a pretty different shade of green. So you get all these shades of green, green skin characters. It's just cool to have a bunch of green skin characters. So, yeah, I really enjoy that, and I just wanted to show that off. Yeah, she's having trouble standing, so she's definitely going to have to use a stand. So if you get her, just be warned, standing will be an issue. It will be a bit of a problem, but with some creative, stand usage, you'll be fine. So yeah, you can also slide. I didn't mention that, but you can slide these all up on her and stuff. Like, what I would do is do this, and then get it like right there. Do that, and then for this, I would go like, I don't know, that's a little thick. So that's definitely meant for Superman, but you could totally use it for her. And have her like all powered out. Probably do all of them on her. And have her like powered up. And have her just standing there, all looking all badass. That's so cool. And then I did have a couple more I forgot to put on here. I don't have a man thing, or a creature. I can't think of his name. This is Man Thing. Swamp Thing. I don't have a Swamp Thing, but if you want to do like a custom Swamp Thing off the Man Thing body, that's what that looks like. And then the Titanium Man. These two are both big and green. I figured I'd show them. I completely forgot. And these two are probably gonna have a team up together, honestly. And I'm on one of my days that I'm posing around playing with my figures, because they're plants and they're cool. So yeah. These figures are definitely all three pretty good. I would say, like I said before, I forgot to rate him, but 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 8 out of 10, probably. So probably 8.5 out of 10, 8 out of 10. He's the best one by far. If we're talking accessories, I'd say Ed probably has the best accessories, just in my opinion. And then her, and then him. If he had a scythe and grip hands for the scythe, I would be so much happier. But as it stands, we have 3 pretty dope figures, and I'm not mad at it. So, thanks for watching, everyone. I will be getting the Mezco San Diego Comic-Con exclusive pretty soon. So hopefully you watch that video when I get him and post him up. And I ordered the Mezco, the Lockjaw, and I can't think of his name right now. I'm really I'm really struggling with names, but you know, the Lockjaw 2-pack, the Black Bolt and Lockjaw. Sorry, I only ordered the Black Bolt because he was cheaper, and I'm gonna get that 2-pack with the Crystal anyway. So I figured I don't need, even though I prefer the Mezco, I don't need both versions of Lockjaw. So, you know, I just figured I'd let you in on that little tidbit. And then I have a big-ass pile of loot still waiting for me. I got a few more things I probably want to order before then. And then that pile of loot will have its own unboxing because there's enough for an unboxing. And yeah, everything's going to be great. So thanks for watching, guys. Bye.